99.7 FM. My name is Noeli Aram Abla Yewisi, and you're welcome to the #1 midweek show on the radio. And if you don't know, you know that we are serving a living God. Congratulations to all the pre-seconds, Charlie. You guys outdid yourself, Chester. You shy the enemies. Congrats. And Strong and Sassy is brought to us by Sunseekers Tours. Memories of our tours are forever. Sunseekers Tours, making priceless memories. And Luca Health Medical Specialty Center for the moments that matter the most. Tonight, we're having an interesting conversation. Simple. Do perfect couples exist? And I have two of the finest ladies in the house. So if you're not listening on radio, you need to check us on Facebook. We're live on Facebook. We're looking amazing. Adipa.
Yes, my darling.
I miss you.
Terribly.
I miss you terribly, and it's so good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
You're the perfect person to have this discussion with. But wait. Hi, Brenda.
Hi.
How are you guys doing? Like, how is the heck his economy treating you people? Because, I went grocery shopping today. I almost
the
cried.
communion.
We are surviving. This is what? +1 - 24.
You have to explain that because I'm confused.
You add 1, you get 1, and then you have to subtract 24. Because the equation is not balancing.
It's not the balancing there. It's not
balancing.
balancing. But we thank God
Yeah.
for just divinely providing for us. I feel like that's where I am, just enjoying the grace and the divine provision, right? So did you guys see the video? The perfect couple video that came out. See, when I saw the video, I sent it to 3-4 of my friends, couple goals.
Yeah, couple goals.
So before if you're listening to us, you haven't heard the sound or watched the video, we'll play it very soon. But do perfect couples exist?
No, please.
Brenda?
No. But I've seen a near perfect.
Near perfect.
Yep.
Let's listen to the soundbite, and then we'll get back into the conversation. It was so powerful, yeah.
Yes.
It's not a joke. And you know, my favorite part of the video is the way he was just rubbing her. This is a spiritual, romantic man.
Yo.
So, yeah, average guy and future husband, please. I'm saving this video for the future. If you don't pray for me like this, it's gonna be a problem. Because it's not every day, kneel down and let me lay hands on you. For me, I love that angle. Sometimes you can pray for your wife nicely,
Yeah.
And this is changing the narrative because we know that in reality, it's the women that are always doing the prayer for the men.
Yeah.
So now let's get into the perfect couple. And aside from this video we've seen, we know that in real life, there are people who are always posting pictures of themselves, couple goals, giving us pressure.
So much pressure.
So, you said perfect couples don't exist. You said you've seen a near perfect couple.
Yep.
So let me start with you, Adipal. Why do you say that perfect couples? Because this is close to perfection. What is there not to like about this?
The issue is, for every theory, you'll find one thing they call a fallacy.
Okay.
Yes. It's as if it is, but it is not.
Okay.
That is fallacy.
Okay.
Basic. We are all imperfect.
Okay.
So that imperfection, that even comes from birth, grows with us. Raised by imperfect parents or families or whoever raised that, or guardians, in an imperfect community. Even in this market, they say there's no perfect competition. So why do we think there will be a perfect marriage?
Okay. Brenda.
Or a perfect couple? No, for me, it is a fallacy. It doesn't exist.
Categorically, full stop.
Anyhow.
Okay, Brenda. Near perfect.
I said near perfect because I think to get a perfect couple, it takes 2 people who knows very well they are so imperfect coming together and saying that, you know what, in as much as we are so imperfect, let's bring our imperfections together to make something perfect.
Okay.
So I think yes, you can achieve a perfect couple if you, it has to be a conscious effort.
Okay.
Conscious.
Conscious
So that's
effort.
like you doing something every day, repeatedly.
To bring you to that place.
Yes.
Okay. And before the show, I was reading on this, and then I read somewhere that a perfect marriage, quote unquote, is two imperfect people refusing to give up on each other.
Yeah.
And so, as part of the discussion, I think one of the things that we want to do is, you are married, you said you're dating, I am single. So I'm going to be a spectator in this conversation, that you people can tell me how you guys are making this situations, these relationships work, though you are imperfect. So I'll be picking on some imperfect things in relationships. Let's start with arguments. How do you handle this? Because I want people who are listening to the show to not feel the pressure that people are giving them to say, we are two people, we argue. How do we navigate it?
So I would say arguments are a natural outcome of two people living. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man. In the office, you argue with your colleagues. At church, you have minor arguments with
your siblings.
Your siblings, you have minor arguments with them. Arguments come because of coexistence. So if you're not coexisting with anybody, if you're on an island where there is nothing, you will not argue. That is where you find a perfection, because then you have nothing to contend with.
Exactly.
So arguments are natural consequences of coexistence. So you should, one, expect it. But it is how you react to it that makes the difference. So, for instance, this evening I goofed. I told you. Should have told Mr. that I am off, so pick the little miss. And somehow I got caught up in things and I missed out on that communication. I have goofed. Mr. is not happy. The first thing I said was,
Sir, please, we beg.
Say.
We apologize.
We apologize on her behalf.
Yes. And then I sent a further text and said, Shrimia back what? You know, because I admit that it was wrong to give him an impression that I'll pick the little miss and that he must go about his evening routine. I can't disrupt it like that. So it is because of such coexistence that such arguments would come. But it is what you do. So for instance, if I take the position like, but you know she's on your way, so you shouldn't even expect me. That is where the problem starts. And that is the pride that comes before a fall. So before you can manage any relationship towards perfection, you should know your weakness and your imperfection and admit it. That is where the problem lies. Most of us are not able to admit our imperfection. In our own eyes, we are perfect. In our own imaginations, we are perfect. And the other person is the most imperfect.
That's where the
one.
fallacy comes in.
That's where the fallacy comes in.
Brenda,
you understand?
How do you handle? She's married, so technically she's not going anywhere. So if there's an argument, she needs to get through it. You are dating. So technically, if you want to fight, bye. But how do you handle that?
No, the fact that you are dating doesn't mean that when there is a fight, then you give that space. After all, we are not married, we are not together. So the moment you give that space, you leave room for other things to come in. You know, you leave so much. I had I think last month I had a little, we had
some friction.
Yes, we had
I'm friendly to
it was what
huge. It is what it is.
It was huge, actually.
Huge
it was huge, actually. But I made it a point that, look, I'm not going to let this be what breaks us.
Okay.
So I used every medium. He knows. If I want to reach out from God to everywhere,
all the humans around him.
Yes. And I didn't let him rest. Oh gosh. Everywhere he's from WhatsApp, Facebook, every social media, email. If I'm wrong, apologizing is one of the easiest things I can do. Like it's so easy for me to say I'm sorry. That one.
So like I think what I'm hearing from both of you is, so with the argument, it's the me us versus the issue, not
Yes.
me versus you.
No.
And so when you offend your partner or something is a ball of contention, you address the issue, not
Yes.
individually,
No.
so that you can fix it.
Yes.
So
Of course.
that's how we handle that imperfection. So if
Yes.
you are listening to us and you're always arguing with your partner, maybe you should look at how you handle
Those-
the argument.
Yes.
And instead of picking at the person, you should look at, okay, how did I contribute to
Contribute to
this?
that.
And then
Yeah.
together you guys can resolve that.
Yes. It's
Okay.
always- I mean, it takes two to tango. So
Exactly. Now let's talk about something basic, that's stress. Because I was telling you about my situation. Sometimes when I'm stressed, I'm not a nice person.
yeah.
Now you live with this person. You've had a long day. He's had a long day. Something comes. How do you handle that thing? That it can be small, but then it escalates into something huge.
It's so stress is the order of the day, and now it is even more stressful with the stress
Oh my God.
because other factors have come in to stress the
The
already
already
stressed
We are
situation.
stressed.
Yeah.
So everybody is hyper stressed. But the issue right now is that you will observe that a lot of couples will be fighting
yes.
because out of the stress comes a lot of quarrels and
Yeah.
indecisions and upsets, little ones. Because when the pocket is dry,
I mean,
Charlie, somebody must pour out the frustration. And if you're unlucky, you become the object
yeah.
of that frustration. But what will happen when both of you are stressed and you manage it well is that you are able to overcome that day's stress and prepare yourself better for the next day. But how do you do it?
Yes.
How you do it is by putting yourself in the other person's shoes.
So being empathetic.
You have to be
Yes,
empathetic.
Okay.
You have to be absolutely empathetic
Yep.
because you have to just go through what the person has gone through in the day. Like, for instance, this morning, I had one nasty motorbiker hitting me and then insulting me on top.
Oh wow.
Yes. That alone made me start my day.
On a roll.
Yes, because I was already stressed. And that padded it on. So imagine I go home and Mr. adds another stress and I try telling him that, oh, you know what, this foolish guy hit me this morning and what. And he starts shouting, hey, what were you doing when you were driving? It's like, oh, really? Then that is where it starts. So you either withdraw or you give it back.
Yeah.
But when he's able to empathize with me, it's, oh, we did we. Sorry, I hope you weren't hurt or something. You are able to calm down and rest the stress off.
Yeah.
Because now we are dying not because of malaria. We are
Stress
dying
is
because
killing.
of stress.
And also, I mean, if you're listening to us and if you're in a perfect relationship, kindly send us a message and we'll acknowledge you. In fact, we'll give you shout outs.
Yeah.
But if you are not in a perfect relationship, you can send us a message and tell us some of the things you're struggling with, and maybe Adipa and Brenda can help you figure it out because the stress is real.
Oh, of
How,
course.
Brenda, how do you handle stress with your
Okay.
partner?
Oh, for us, I think communication helps a lot when it comes to that. And as Adipa said, empathy.
Yeah.
Empathy. Because, look, I'm a health worker.
Yeah.
And you go to work and you've been on your feet the whole day. And then you come back home. You're expecting to have at least let me rest.
I know.
And then you forgot to call me before you go home. Yes, but okay, I don't go through that because he's so understanding. He's so understanding. So he knows that when you get home, he gives you time to relax. And I think it's from communicating within the day. I try as much as possible. This is how my day is going. This is how everything is going. So I'll get off at this time. I'll get home at this time. If there's a change of plan, by all means. But there are days you forget as well. But
Yes, so the story of my life. Stop
you
reminding me.
forget. There are days you forget. It's normal to forget,
I know.
And then, I mean, with stresses, it's not just work. I mean, there are other things that...
Economy.
Yes. In as much as the economy is
It's
bad...
economy.
Please. In as much as the economy is bad as well. But I think most of the we Africans or Ghanaians, let me say, the stress is more because, one, we don't seek for psychological help, or we don't even seek for mental health
Yeah.
or anything,
That's not-
because we assume mental health is only for those who are mad and on the street, but stress is a mental health issue.
Yeah.
Anxiety is a mental health issue. Phobia is a mental health issue. I'll digress because I'm a mental health, so I'm using every platform to educate. So
Yes. So
Yeah.
there are so many mental health issues that can come up from that stress.
Yes.
Then that can also bring ripple effects in the relationship.
of course,
Now, let's just go off a bit. I just want to know, why do we think that people are pressured or to create this image on the socials about being a perfect couple? Why?
It's because it's easy to tell the world what you are not. Yeah, it's very easy to tell the world what you are not, as compared to telling the world what you are. We are all wired to be hypocrites. No, that's a default setting for human beings. Yes, it's a default setting.
Yeah.
So I think as you grow up, or as you nurture yourself in God,
Yeah.
in whichever religion you believe in, but
Yeah.
for me,
Is-
in God, in Christ,
Yeah.
and then you nurture yourself in society, try to be responsible. You have to unlearn how, the hypocrisy,
Yes.
and know that when we live in the real world, the world right here is called Earth.
You live on earth.
Yes. And we are here with Aquano, the one who was rejected from heaven. We are here with him.
That guy works double shift.
he doesn't sleep.
Yes.
So you also have to be on your guard.
So we are here with that Aquano. You see. So this is an imperfect setting already.
Yeah,
So we are wired to be hypocritical because you see, it is easy to tell the world, oh, and it's all good and rosy, and it's so there was this lady when, in fact, she was married and she was buying hypertension every
For
day.
herself.
No, and giving it to us because
Pressure.
it's like when you are around there, you ask yourself, am I really married? I think I must search again.
Yeah, those
Then,
ones.
when it's anniversary, it's like, oh, today we are finished.
We
Then, number 1, number 2, number 8, number 9, girls met one day. It's like, I'm divorced. And it's like,
Wow.
huh? It hit like a tsunami. It's like, where did this come from? It can't be you.
how?
You have the perfect, but I think we are being pressured because it's like, okay, my friend has done this, I have to be more than it. And so we end up putting ourselves in that position whereby you've created a certain image. So because I've created this first image,
I need to live up to
and
that.
I need to live up to that image.
That's what I'm
We
saying, that we are
shouldn't
all
be
wired
so.
to be hypocrites.
We shouldn't be so, because I don't think you can be with anybody for 6 months. I'm even saying 6 months, for a month or two without arguing, without having some friction. I have cohabited before, and trust me, those 3 years, I always tell people that, look, I've lived with this guy for 3 years. I didn't poison him. I didn't kill him in his sleep. I can live with any man. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's hard. So it's up to you. Then you have to try to. I think we are not able to separate what is fake from reality.
That is what I'm saying. The guy is here with us.
See, and one thing I say about things on social media is, even when you take a picture on your phone, how many do you edit?
Yes.
Delete, filter. Before you post.
You take 20 pictures
And you
and
post
post only
Post
one.
one.
Because that's the best.
That's the best angle.
These days, people are even putting filter on plain rice and making it look like jollof. If you let them buy pressure for you in a car,
I mean, so we are all
it
going
will shock
through
you.
whatever we are going. So me,
Yeah.
I don't follow social media to be the yardstick for how
Exactly.
my relationship should go, because maybe I have the upper hand of having the foreknowledge of the fact that two people can never be the same.
Yeah.
Even twins, identical twins, there's still the
Something
difference.
different.
So I cannot be dating somebody and be thinking, oh, we are perfect. No, even Beyonce and Jay-Z are not perfect.
You know, let's
So
get,
I was talking before we came on set. I was
Yeah.
talking about Barack.
yes, and
Michelle
Michelle. I
Obama,
mean,
and how they lived exemplary in their marriage and in their relationship. It was, in fact, their marriage was in the face of the world, and they held on. But when I read the memoir
yes.
Yeah.
of Michelle
Yes. Becoming.
becoming, I realized that
It
yeah,
wasn't
she's been
that-
on the journey.
wasn't easy.
Yes. So it's what you see. They are showing the world
What the world
what we want to
to
see. But when you read the memoir, you know that,
the
oh yes, it goes beyond that.
Of
The
course.
days that they argued and days they haven't talked, and
Yes. Yeah. One is facing here, one is
it's always
facing
there.
there.
So I feel that ubiquity of social media, it's like it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You can post anything anywhere. It's making us feel that, oh, we can show the world what is in our bedroom, which is not.
Yeah.
If you're listening to the show, we just want to validate how you feel, that you are doing okay. Don't worry about what's going on in the social. Another thing that I want to talk about, which can be an imperfection, is when somebody feels that they are stuck, or they are the ones making all the compromises or sacrifices in their relationship. How should they handle that? How do you go and tell your partner that, you know what, I'm doing this, that, but it's too much. Like, we are presenting this front, but this is the reality of what we're going through. What are you supposed to do?
What are the targets you set for yourself
As a couple.
as a couple?
Do we set targets?
Exactly.
No,
Because
you
know
can't.
there are people who
No,
have come-
Let me explain.
Yeah.
The issue is that I may not sit down with my husband and say, we are setting a target to buy this phone.
No.
But I may give a suggestion that, okay, because of the imbalance, you will take X, Y, Z, and then I will take A, B, C.
Okay.
It is a gentleman's agreement.
Yeah.
There is no paper or pen to
To
it.
it.
But now we tend to agree that one is stronger than the other. Maybe he's stronger than me. Maybe I'm stronger than him. But whoever is stronger bears more. It may be difficult. But when you think that you are being overburdened, Brenda has said, communicate.
Communicate.
My dear, I think I took ABC, but because of the way the economy is becoming now, A is taking about 80% of the money that I thought would be available for me to do. Can you help with A? It's about communicating. You shouldn't bear it in silence, because you see, the day that you will break, the marriage will break, or the relationship will break.
Yeah.
So you have to communicate that that to your partner. Let him know
That I'm burdened.
that I'm
Yes.
I
burdened.
need help.
But it's not only
Exactly.
financially that you compromise.
Yes.
Because there is emotional compromise as
Yes.
well. You end up shouldering all the emotions and
Yes.
everything. And the other partner is
He's philandering,
unaware.
and he's
Unaware.
he's aware. He's philandering, and
And
but because you are silent and you are managing
but
it.
I think it's about time we also speak about that as well. It's not just compromising. I mean, even house chores. Even
If you need
house
help,
chores.
ask for help.
You ask for help.
And that
Because-
doesn't make you an imperfect
Pe-
couple.
no,
Okay.
because it's the what makes you imperfect is when you can't
That doesn't make
your
you
you can't settle your indifferences, or you can't work with your indifferences. Then you are imperfect. You know. But if you know that, oh, okay, I like washing dishes, you like cooking, okay, why don't we do it like this? You cook, I do the dishes. You've compromised. So at the end of the day, the job gets done, even at a shorter time, and both of you are less stressed up at home.
Hey, but that is when your mother-in-law is not looking over your shoulder to say that his son married.
Well,
yes,
yeah, and you put
understand.
something in the son's
Yes.
food. But you see, I think
No, not the son's food, but that
you've turned the son into a woman.
exactly that. Oh, obakukonini. You know.
No, but
Yes.
I think we are coming. The narratives are changing now.
I mean, that's
Because
what people
now-
are saying, that the narratives are changing.
Yeah, because
but is that a reality?
Gone were the days when women were just home. But house chores is not easy work. House chores is not easy, especially when you have kids. When you have kids, when the kids are so young and they are upcoming, I mean, you need all hands on deck.
Well,
All
all
hands.
hands on deck. We're going to go for a quick
Yeah.
commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Strong and Sassy on Joy 99.7 FM. Strong and Sassy is proudly brought to us by Sunseeker Stores. Memories of our tours are forever. Sunseeker Stores, making priceless memories. And Luca Health Medical Specialty Center for moments that matter the most. You know, we're still in Pink October, so get your breasts checked. This October, treat your family to the gift of wellness. Did you know that annual checks and health screening saves lives? Do you need a reliable health partner for your family's wellness checks? Look no further. Luca Health is here to serve all your family's healthcare needs. Luca Health Medical Center offers world-class, top-quality medical care right here in Accra. We have custom health and wellness packages at affordable rates for your whole family. Find Luca Health in East Legon behind Mensvik Hotel, or call them on 0544 120-777, 0544-120-777 to book your wellness appointment. Luca Health for moments that matter the most. And still on breast cancer, Luca Health breast cancer tips. Not all findings are cancerous, but knowing early is key. Not all changes and findings in the breast are cancerous. There are some benign breast conditions which can also occur. These conditions also need to be treated before they can cause other problems. So ensure that you are reporting any changes you observed to your healthcare provider for further diagnosis. Look out for lumps, nipple discharges, discoloration, reddening, and any other unusual symptoms. Your doctor will explain any findings or questions you may have. This awareness tip is brought to us by Luca Health Medical Specialty Center in East Legon. Now, we're talking about, do perfect couples exist? And if you are just joining the conversation, just go to Facebook, start from the beginning, and then catch up with us. But Adipa and Brenda have been in the studio with us. And I asked a question whilst we were on the break, and they nearly swallowed me, so I'm going to ask them now. I said, is asking for space in a relationship not a good thing? Like, does that make us imperfect?
It's a no-no. I mean,
what do you mean by it's a no-no?
what kind of space, actually?
I need space to think for like 2 seconds, and you are in the way.
No, if both of you are in the room and you need to think about something, you move to the next room. But if you say, I need space, that's like, I'm tired of us.
Why can't I be tired of us?
Why would you want
that is where the imperfection comes in.
Why would you want to be tired of us?
Why are you tired?
I am tired.
No, you can't be. The issue is, unless, of course, there is underlying abuse.
Yeah.
Emotionally, physically, financially, whatever
any form of abuse.
Yes, any form of abuse that presents itself.
You are allowed.
Then you would need space, because then you need to separate yourself to analyze the problem and to know where you stand.
Yeah.
But other than that,
what do you need it for?
No, for what?
I need space.
Even when
no,
you
the
argue,
issue is,
when you
it is
argue, you don't need space.
No, so we have argued. You have moved from the bedroom to the home. I'll follow you. You sleep on the floor. We all sleep on the floor.
Hey,
you sleep in the couch. We all sleep in the couch.
Yes.
However, we'll manage the couch. Because
that's
you
the
don't
only
need
way
that
you can
space.
settle whatever it is that.
Another question. What if I want to have, I want us to sleep in separate bedrooms?
For what?
Was that no? You see, it's different when you say, in the relationship. Some people actually have terms and conditions in their relationships.
Terms and conditions apply.
Yes, that's what they use. So if maybe maybe once in a month, I would like to sleep alone.
What if the person snores or something? I can't get a good night rest.
You know your partner snores before you started dating your partner. So if the person snores, you get used to it, because that's the snoring is not the main issue.
You should see her depressed face.
The snoring is not the main issue, so you can't use the snoring as the yardstick to want space.
Okay, let's define, because I feel like I'm still on this topic, because I feel like space is good, but I think what I should rather be saying is me time.
Me time
that
is
good.
Good.
Perfect.
Okay.
Because
what's the difference between space and me time in a relationship?
Everybody needs
a me time.
A me time. You need to recover.
Yeah.
You need to think.
Yes.
You need for the other person to subsist.
That's what I
because
mean.
it's a symbiotic relationship.
You give me time are two different things.
You give him and he gives back to you. Even for your children, you give to them and they give back to you. Yeah. It is always like that. So at a point, you should go back and re-energize.
Exactly.
So the me time is not bad. For instance, you need me time to seek God's face on an important issue that is bothering the both of you,
Yeah.
or for a certain breakthrough that you are looking forward to, and you know that probably you are fasting or you need it, and that comes with discussion.
Yeah.
So you cannot just up and
Yes,
no,
so
no, no, no.
brother,
You
please.
have to agree.
Even Paul said. Paul
both
said.
of you have to agree.
You see,
to
so
it
brother, please, I want to do this exercise for this
for
week.
both of us.
Okay, so for this week, I beg of you, all right? So for instance, me, because I'm in school, getting to exams, I ask for it. It's like,
Yeah.
sometimes for 3-4 days, I haven't entered the bedroom because I virtually live in the living room. I sleep with my books and wake up with my computer. So that comes with discussions like, guy, the exams time is due, and you know, Abi, you know that, you understand.
so I'll need
That is a me time that I need
At that particular time.
at that particular time. But truth is, when I'm done with exam, quickly I come back to
make up the 3
Yes,
days
yes,
that
yes,
you
yes,
took
yes,
off.
yes.
Carry
Yes.
for arrears. You pay off
But
all
you-
the
but you
arrears.
interest
You
the crack on.
But you like love, Papa.
Yeah.
Love is
You see-
beautiful.
You see, so
Right.
for separation, no. But for me time,
It's very necessary.
everybody needs it. And when he asks for it as well, you should, and even your children can ask for me time.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to grant it.
Yes.
But separation,
No.
before
No,
he
she
asks for
said
that, he's
space.
already gone.
Is that
Space.
space?
And
You-
space is separation.
Asking for
Okay.
space is
Okay.
it's
Okay,
separation.
Dada.
Like I'm done with this. I don't want to do again. It's different from me time.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you're listening, you can ask for me time, but you
Please
cannot say
ask
no space.
respectfully.
Reasonable me
What
time.
if it's
And
like
agree.
What if
Me-
it's like
reasonable-
leave and then they don't want to give you the me time?
Oh, there's no reasonable human being who will say that. Oh,
Oh,
I wouldn't
of
give
course.
you that time. I mean,
Asking for space, asking for me time is a good thing.
yeah.
It's healthy, so you should do it. Now, let me give you a scenario where there are people. I mean, you've been married for some time. How long have you been in your relationship, brother? Like how long?
I think we are 2 years, but we're friends first. Before we started dating.
So my question is, how do we? Another thing that can also be an imperfection, quote unquote, is when people become bored or
Yeah.
stuck in a relationship. So someone is listening to this and is like, I mean, it's like we're just going through the motion.
Yeah.
What can we do to
To-
get to that, quote unquote, near perfection stage?
It's a discovery. It's a journey. Marriage is not an event. A relationship is not an event.
Okay.
It's a process. So whilst you travel that journey, you learn.
Yeah.
And you don't just learn about your environment. You learn about the person that you are with.
the personality,
The personality traits, the person's
temperament,
temperament.
and
Give it to me, sister.
Love language.
love
Love
languages, the kind of respect he has
Exactly.
for you and the people around,
All-
not just for you, the people around
of
him.
that. And
or
his
her.
interest.
Yes,
Yeah.
interest.
His interest.
is very, very
So
important.
he loves to exercise. You are bored. My friend,
Let's
wear your
go.
trainers and go.
Let's go.
Asamnasa. Or he loves playing an instrument. You are
You-
bored. Sit with him.
Oh, teach
when you
me.
when you press this, that is the G key or F key. No, press the other one. You learn and you play.
So you show interest in each other's activities.
Okay, so we'll
Exactly.
just link this to the boredom issue to when you are with someone who has different activities or hobbies or interests. So you're saying if you are bored, wait, if I'm bored, I should be trying to get interested in what he wants to do.
No, but you know, a relationship, two people, it's like I've met somebody who is different from me.
Yes.
Why not, I mean, use that time to get to know the other person and then get the person to get to know you. You know, so if you are, so that's how I was saying that it's a conscious effort to, if you want to be a perfect couple,
Two imperfect people
people
not
making
giving
a,
up
making
each
a
other.
conscious effort. It's like you tell yourself, okay, I will intentionally show interest in this. I will intentionally do. Sometimes like as Adipa said, the workout doesn't necessarily have to be going to the gym to, oh honey, let's go for a walk. You are going for a walk, you see something interesting, you will laugh about it and you chat, and then one conversation will lead to another, will lead to, and before you see, like there's so much to talk about. You understand? And it's not just now it's just phones.
Yes, because
The
then you
people
see
are-
that there
people
are
are-
couples who even go out
and
they're
then
on their
everybody is
phone.
on the
I'm
phone.
like, why are we here?
No, like we go out and it's a no phone.
Well, it depends on the kind of policy you have in your relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think that out of respect,
Yes.
if he needs my attention, my phone must go down.
Of course.
Unless, of course, he's also engrossed in something and I feel that he also needs his personal attention to deal with that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, phones go down. And as she rightly said, it shouldn't be anything strenuous. But you also must develop your own interest as well. Because you see, your happiness is your responsibility.
Nobody.
Amen.
You can't love another without loving yourself first.
It says the Bible did say, "Love your neighbor as yourself."
Yes, so
not more than yourself.
But you can't love another without
If you
loving
don't know
yourself.
how to love
So you
yourself.
should also have things that excite you. So that when you are bored, it is you that is bored, not
Not
him.
him.
So when you are bored, you can do things that excites you. Because that joy that you gain from doing the thing that excites you rubs off on him.
Yeah.
Or rubs
But
off
when
on
you
the
are
family.
happy, when you are happy, you see, being happy is a good energy.
Yes.
So if there's one happy person in this room, it radiates to everybody.
Yes.
You know, it radiates to everybody. So I mean, some people are like, hey, so what do you do? I like to make myself happy.
Happy yourself.
Happy yourself, because
Any J budget for
hey,
Thank
whether
you.
good or bad, I'm eating Gary soaking scrap. I'm happy. Like I'm naturally a happy person, because being sad is too much energy.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. I mean, let's just be happy yourself. Go out. If you can't go with somebody, I mean, go alone. There's nothing wrong taking yourself out.
You
on
need
a
an
dinner.
NJ budget too.
And I mean, as
you still need an
I mean,
NJ
you
budget.
know, we
Yes.
understand.
We
that.
understand the
We
NJ budget,
understand.
but
Yes.
you see, you can't give what you don't have.
Yes.
So if you are unhappy,
How do you?
you can't give happiness.
Yeah.
If you don't feel loved by yourself,
Yourself.
for
How do you
yourself,
love
you
somebody?
can't give it. You understand? So you are bored because you have intentionally decided to be bored.
Let's wrap this up with just a typical example of people who get married and then their life is all about their partner, and then they start ignoring
Other people.
other people and the things that used to make them happy.
You are setting yourself up
Tell
for
them something
failure.
before we go,
No.
because in the name of trying to be a perfect couple, so I'm all about my partner.
Yes, I see that
You
a
don't
lot.
have to lose yourself because you are married. Because before you got married, you were yourself.
Yeah.
You had yourself.
Yes.
So you losing yourself because I'm now somebody's husband, somebody's wife.
The two shall become one.
Yes, in as much as the two is becoming one, that doesn't mean that you should forget that you are a living human being with your own brains, with your own emotions, with your own needs.
Yes.
You understand? So being married, that hey, it's just me and my husband.
Yes.
When you fall sick, your husband alone cannot take care of you in the hospital. When you are going to give birth, your husband alone cannot do that for you. When your husband is sick, you alone cannot take care of your husband. So you don't end up. Now we've stopped practicing the communal family system, the extended family system. When it's just me and my husband, forgetting that when you give birth, the outdooring is the husband and the wife's family. Naming ceremony, all those ones, it's a family thing. So I mean, we have to stop the.
Miriam, the issue is before we wrap up. The issue is you need a support system.
Of course.
So it can't be you and your husband or
never.
you and your wife alone.
No.
And your support system could be family, which is very important. But you have mutual friends.
Yes.
You have probably people at church.
Yeah.
They all become part of the marriage.
And they can even
And
help make you the perfect
yes, they
couple
become
that you're trying to
anchors
be.
Yeah.
on which you lean.
Yeah.
Please, Mr. Madam, stop chasing this perfection. Me and my husband, me and my hon, me and my sweetheart.
Honey.
Please, be real.
Babe.
Be real, because issues, we live in a real world, and
Yes.
definitely issues will come. And when big issues come in the marriage and it is you alone,
How do you handle
you are
that?
dead. And then secondly, it is not also good because it it provides the fertile ground for abuse. The moment she starts cutting off your friends, he starts cutting off your friends, cutting off family, cutting off this, cutting off that, you'll be left alone. He will get you in the loop and he will abuse
women
you.
too abuse.
Yes, I'm
Me,
saying that
women are the worst abusers. No, seriously, because men don't tend to come out to talk about the abuse they go through. But trust me, when a woman sets up her mind to abuse a guy, you'll be amazed, and you ask yourself, is this the handiwork of a woman? So the abuse is
we are
both
more
ways.
deadly.
Yes.
We are more
so don't set
deadly.
yourself up to fail.
At
You know,
all.
you need a support system. You need to anchor on something. And you need friends, you need family. And you need yourselves. You need both of you. So don't say me and my husband alone.
Thank you, Adipa. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you to the production team. And like we said, near perfection you can get. A perfect couple, that's a fallacy. But you can go through all your imperfections with communication. My name has been Noeli Aram Ablayosi. Thank you for doing the listening. We'll come your way same time next week. It's bye for now.